But before we take a look at how you uniquely get into flow, we're going to have some fun together and do a group flow experience. Now, I loved what Jim said yesterday. He talked about how different people in the choir sing different parts, but yet they're together as one. And it's all about that collaboration. And we're going to do a similar experience, only instead of talking about it, you get to experience it. Sound good? Okay. So here's how we're going to roll. I'm going to lay down a foundation line of music on the looper. Then I'm going to clap to the music. And then I'm going to count you in. You're going to clap along with me. Sound good so far? Okay. But wait, I'm going to challenge you. Do you think you might be able to learn a thing or two from a musician about clapping to the music? Anyways, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a challenge. So you're going to be clapping along. I'm going to give you a challenge. It might go like that. And that's okay, because you're going to rise to the challenge, and then you're going to come out stronger. Then I'm going to give you another challenge. It might go down again, and then you'll rise again. And I will be giving you that feedback, okay? So the key here is, number one, start clapping, don't stop. If you pull out, you will not receive the experience. It doesn't matter how comfortable or uncomfortable you are. I just want you to do experience the challenges. And then you'll notice things changing along the way. I'd like you to be neutral, judgment-free zone. Don't beat yourself up, none of that negative self-talk. Take your inner critic, put it over here, and then just stay committed until we're finished. Sound good? Okay. So we'll start with that bass line. Okay, so just listen first. Just listen. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Keep going. I'm going to give you your first challenge. You're clapping with the violin. I just want you to deepen your focus and deepen your listening. So you're going to notice, am I clapping right with the violin, a little bit before, or a little bit after? Just observe. Keep that level of focus as we add the next challenge. As you're focused on the violin, I also want you to sound like one clap. Keep your focus. You are each doing your own part. You're also doing it together. We've all heard of the concept of oneness, and you are experiencing that right now. Your last challenge. I'm going to play a melody you have never heard before, and I want you to end at the exact same time that I do. So just keep going. Awesome. Give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. It's kind of interesting, right? Because at first you're thinking about yourself, and then, oh, we're clapping as one. Oh, we are one, right? It's kind of a bit of a journey. And, you know, the thing that we were going through, I'm going to ask you a few questions so you can determine to what degree you were in flow or out of flow, and just kind of do a self-assessment. So just answer these questions internally to yourself. So the first question is, did you lose a sense of time? And how would you know that? Well, did the time go by fast? Or did it go by slowly, but in a good way? So just answer that for yourself. Did you have some sort of time warp? Did you lose some sort of sense of time? Next question is, did you lose a sense of self? How would you know that? Was your inner critic gone? Was your internal dialogue silent? Was it screaming? Was it in and out? Just take a notice. Next question is, did you find the added challenges satisfying in some sort of way? And when we added the concept of oneness, did that take the entire thing to a whole new dimension? Clapping, deep listening, focusing, these are skills. The challenges were to clap with the violin, clap with as one, and end the song at the same time as I ended the song. And then the purpose was that concept of oneness. So according to our psychologist, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, at the intersection of skill and challenge is the universal entry point into flow. So think about it. A skill without a challenge is not going to ignite anything. A challenge without a skill is not going to ignite anything. It's the two together. And as we just experienced, purpose takes it up to a whole new level. This is the model that explains why volunteerism is so rewarding. You've got a group of people with skills. You've got a challenge that you're rising to the occasion to. And it's got a sense of purpose. And don't you all find volunteerism incredibly fulfilling? So how can you take this model and put it into your everyday life? It's simply to use this in two different ways. As an assessment tool. Let's say you're in a team meeting. Things aren't going well. You could stop and say, okay, what's going on? Do we have the skills we need for this? Do we have the challenges? Are we over-challenged? Are we under-challenged? Do we have a clearly defined purpose? You could use this as an assessment tool. You can also use this to plan for a project. What skills do we need? What kind of challenges do we need? And what's the purpose? So I want to share two stories with you from a workshop I did. This was with a group of HR professionals. And this one woman, she said, I knowingly hired somebody who was way overqualified for the job. I've been so nervous about retaining her. Now I know I could just sit down and have a conversation and ask her, are there any skills you'd like to learn? How can we support you with that? Are you challenged enough? What kind of challenges bring out the best in you? And do you have purpose? Can we help you find purpose with your work? And then one other story I want to share with you that came from that same workshop. This one woman, she said, learning a new skill is a challenge. But purpose keeps us going, right, through that challenge. But once that skill is honed, you're going to have to reassess both the challenges and the purpose. This is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's universal entry point into flow. This is how he likes to explain one of the ways that you can increase your odds of getting into flow by using this as a tool. And while this works for everybody, you also have your own unique way of getting into flow.